Good morning, guys, or let's see, sorry, good afternoon. Yeah, I wanted to show you a couple things that I've done on this painting. I've done some videos where I'm just painting and I'm not talking. I think there's two or three I'm gonna upload, maybe two. It's of doing the turtles. Pretty easy. I mean, I showed you how. I already uploaded the video on how you get them onto your canvas after you trace them. And now I'm trying out a new technique where you use an actual toothbrush. So I'm going to see how it works. But first I want to show you how I did the bubbles or the waves crashing. And it's actually really simple, and I've used this technique for flowers, especially lilacs. Pretty easy to do lilacs like this. What you do is you take some Q-tips. You bunch them together. I used 3. You can use as many as you want. Take a rubber band. You rubber band them together, which I'm not going to do because it'll take forever. Then you take them, and I'm done with this, but you would dip them in whatever color, and then you just tap, tap, tap. And that's how you get bubbles. And I really love how this turned out so far. And I realized when I was painting the turtles that I forgot to paint something, so right now I'm going to paint that for you. It'll be fast, easy. I'm going to use brown. I'm actually using raw umber. Why they call it that, I don't know, but it's brown. For my colors that I've used so far, for the water, teals, light greens, dark greens that I added white to. If you looked at the picture or saw the picture of it earlier before I did any detail work, it was dark blue and like a yellow tan, I think, for the sand. I did that so when you paint on it, it gives you a background instead of just doing white. And it makes it easier to blend colors. And it just makes it look a little bit better. And I think, my sand hasn't turned out the way I liked it or wanted it to. My water did. I really love the water. But now I'm going to try this new technique with the paintbrush, or with the toothbrush. I'm going to use gold, just because it's got a little sparkle to it. And the gold I'm using is cheap paint I got from Henry Hardware, which is our local hardware store in town. Shake it up really good. Actually, I should do this part first. So I'm going to do this part first with my brown. Shake my brown up, which I've already done a few times before I started. Get my brown on my palette. I use a wooden palette like Bob Ross. It's a little smaller than Bob Ross's, but that's what I use. That's what I like to use. I don't necessarily hold it. It sits on my table. But that's, I like using the wood ones. I've seen people use sheets where you can actually buy clear sheets that, looks like paper. I think they're plastic sheets or something. They're really neat. I personally have never used them, but I know some people who have used them, and so when they're done with that painting for the day, they rip it off, and they're hanging them on the walls to show their, your palette can be a piece of art without making art. Well, you'd have to make art to make your palette colorful. This is my palette. It's been used a ton. It's a piece of work in itself. I need a new one because I don't know if I can sand this off, and I really don't want to. I'd leave it and get a new one and start over. So now I'm going to do, I guess you can call these the crawl marks. from the turtles coming out of their hole in the sand where they hatched. These are super easy to do. I'm just using brown, the dark brown. I've already signed it, so I can't go too far. But you just, I don't know if you guys can see it. You just kind of start doing something like this. Try to get it up underneath where their poor little flippers have been trying to move so hard, where their little tail is. And that's really all you do, is you just make it look like they've moved in the sand. Just a little. It doesn't have to be a lot. Anything you want. Mine's probably, looks different than everybody else's. Maybe not as good. Who knows? I'm going to turn my painting so I can do this cute little guy here. Do some marks like that. Some marks like this. A little more, have fun with your paintings. It's one thing I've learned. Have fun while you do this. Don't be so stressed out. Who cares if it's not perfect? And it's funny I say that because I do care if it's not perfect and it drives me nuts. But that's me and that's just who I am. I'm weird like that. Looks like they crawled through the sand to get to the water. Kind of feel like I'm Bob Ross right now. And yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just trying to make it look like turtles have moved. Get that in my water, my dirty water, get it cleaning. Now we're going to go back to this weird, exciting. I hope it works because I don't want to redo this painting. I'm loving it so far. My turtles maybe not. I mean, my turtles are good. I've done better. But, it is what it is. And they're unique. And I like them to a point. And they're two different colors. I did that on purpose. I didn't want my turtles to look exactly the same because you know what? Turtles don't look exactly the same. So now I've dipped this part of my brush or my toothbrush in the water. I don't think it's dry again, so I don't think it made a difference. But dab it on there like that. See how it's dabbed on? Didn't do the whole thing, just did that tip. And now it's kind of working. It's not the greatest. It's kind of hard to do. I don't know how much I like this. Okay, so actually that did not work the way I wanted it to. So now I'm going to go back. Let's see, what paintbrushes do I have handy right now? I'm going to use this one. So this paintbrush, it's so weird. It always does this. See how it flares out? See if you can see it better with my hand. See how it flares out like that? It won't go away. It just won't go down. So I'm going to use this one so I can just do this. And hopefully it works. I'm not getting it wet. Just dabbing it like this. My fingers going in it. That's not working very good either. So, third option. And if you have paint pens, great. That's what I normally do. Paint pens save a ton of time. I just wanted to show you guys these two techniques, or these three techniques. Not working for me. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I've never done either one of those with the toothbrush or with my paintbrush like that. I've done the ones where you take your paintbrush and you have another one and you get it wet and you do this. But I'm trying to keep it controlled in just the sand and not get it all over the turtles. Now, if I was doing stars or snow falling and it was, you know, big background, snow falling, whole thing, but night sky with stars, then yeah, I would do the tap, 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 and get it all over. I have a piece of cardboard behind my easel here to, fingers crossed, hope it does not get paint all over the wall. But now with my paint pen, I'm using gold. It's gold paint pen. And come on, paint pen. I know you want to work for me. Okay, now the paint's coming out. Now I'm going to hold it to make this easier. I'm just tapping everywhere to make it look like there's little things in the sand. The closer I look at it now, the more I see that maybe the toothbrush thing was working. And maybe I should go back and try again, but that's not why I came on. Well, I mean, it is why I came on, but you know what I mean. I want a lighter color because you can't see my gold paint pen. So now, maybe I am going to try this toothbrush thing again, but I'm going to do the whole thing this time. And I'm going to see what happens. Oh, that works so much better. Whole thing. Do the whole thing. So yes, you do the whole thing, you guys. I got some, maybe the turtles are sandy today, because they've got some sand on them. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna do a little bit more, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. And I hope, hope you guys have fun. I didn't do this as a, hey, this is how you paint. I'm just doing this to show you guys a technique that I really wanted to try. One thing, you are going to get dirty when you paint, so don't wear nice clothes or favorite clothes. I did that yesterday. The shirt I'm actually wearing, because I'm still in my pajamas, because hey, quarantine, and who gets dressed anymore? Not me. But now my beach is sandy, like little things of sand. My finger is now gold, so I'm going to wipe that off before I grab my painting and put fingerprints all over it, because this one is for a friend, very good friend of mine. She became grandma this last year, and I wanted to do something really nice for her and her new granddaughter, and I hope she really likes this. But this is the finished product. You can see my sandy turtle right there, but you can see little specks of sand in my sand. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe next time I'll do an actual full, show you how to paint something, or just paint something for you guys. And if you guys want to paint along, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Normally I don't like to talk during painting, but hey, something new, something different, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so just remember, guys, be kind to one another. Like and share this. Subscribe to me. Go to my website, check out my other work. If you'd like me to paint you something, let me know. You can do that in the comments below. You can do that on my website. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm on both of those. I'm also on Twitter, but I don't use it very often, and yeah, so it's not even listed anywhere. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun just watching this short little video of putting sand on the beach, which sounds really silly. And yeah, so have a great day, guys, and we'll see you next time.